Revenue Share 2.0 at eXp Realty. If you are a real estate agent who has done any research into the eXp business model, especially the revenue share model, then you may have heard that recently we just launched a brand new eXp revenue share model that is changing the game for how agents are getting compensated, for helping the brokerage grow, with 3 major incentives and enhancements to the model that we're going to be sharing with everybody here today. And we're going to be breaking down in this video how eXp Revenue Share works, and especially how eXp Revenue Share 2.0 works, and the major enhancements that is going to change the game if you are considering building a real estate agent organization here at eXp. My name is Xin, and I am the co-founder of Agent Wealth Hustle and an organization leader of over 70 agents. And I am joined here today by my business partner, Charlie Cameron, who is the founder of Agent Wealth Hustle and has an organization of over 100 real estate agents, a real estate investor, and runs his own real estate team locally in the Destin, Florida area. So Charlie, I know this is super, super exciting. I know we were both very excited on the day that this was announced. So let's get started, and let's start breaking down what this means for agents and how it's actually impacting the lives of agents as well. So take us away.
Yeah, thanks, Kobe. So this is an incredible opportunity, and it's been a change that's been in the works for quite a while now that we're really excited to share with you. So let's go ahead and kick it off with just a review of what revenue share is. And we're going to circle back with a little bit more of like a kind of a top level view of how it works, why it's important, why it matters, why it's agent centric. But in a nutshell, revenue share is an opportunity for agents to earn income like a broker simply by referring other agents to join the brokerage. But it doesn't require you to train the agents, to provide supervision, to help them with contracts, to provide any broker responsibilities whatsoever, or to carry any of the liability, and doesn't have any geographic limitations. What does that mean for you? It means you can do your job as an agent, selling houses, meet other agents, introduce them to a model that benefits them in one way or another over their current one. And when you sponsor them to the company is going to compensate you every time that agent you sponsored is successful at selling a house, which is pretty incredible. And you could do it not just locally, but nationally and internationally as well, since eXp is an international brokerage in dozens of countries. And the really cool part is it's free for everyone. It's free for you to sponsor agents, and it's free for the sponsored agents because all of the revenue share comes out of the split that we pay to the company on every transaction. So it doesn't come out of anyone's pockets. So you see here, this official slide from eXp notes that eXp pays the revenue share, not the agent. So it's taken out of our 20%. We have an 80-20 split, 80 to the agent, 20 to eXp until we cap each year at $16,000. And so until you cap that, every time you pay that 20%, half of that is paid back out to agents. So it's really a cool opportunity to help you build an additional income stream, a cash flow income stream that requires no money down, just a little bit of effort by sponsoring agents to the company and helping them succeed here.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is really a game changer of a business model. And I would love to take some time right now to really break down how the revenue share model works and explain how the income that an agent brings in through their gross commission breaks down through the eXp revenue share model. So in this example here, let's just say you were a real estate agent who was affiliated with eXp, and your name was John. And he goes out there and he introduces his friend, who's also a real estate agent named Susan, to join eXp. So in this scenario, what happens is Susan's going to join eXp and name John as her sponsor. So if she goes out there and she sells a transaction that closes and generates a $10,000 gross commission, I want to be able to help you guys break down what does that look like for the company, for Susan, the agent, and for John, who is her sponsor, and the revenue share that he will be receiving. So this is a flow chart of where this income stream is going to be breaking down and where that $10,000 gross commission goes in each person's pocket in the example of eXp Revenue Share. So eXp, if you guys did not know, has an 80-20 split, and we also have a $16,000 cap. So we have a pretty standard cap split model. What that means is the agent's going to receive 80% of that, or in this scenario, $8,000, and eXp, the company, is going to receive 20% of that, or in this scenario, $2,000. So if you look here, after eXp receives the $2,000 from the agent commission split, what happens is eXp is going to divide that split that they've received into two different sections of equal amounts. So 50-50 split, half of that is going to go into what's called the revenue share pool, which is the amount of money that they're sharing back to the agents who have helped grow the company by bringing other producing agents in, and half of that is going to go back to eXp and is going to be retained as company dollar in order to help eXp actually run the business, maintain the brokerage, hire staff members, and actually run our technology here in order to support our agents so that they can go out there and close more transactions and recruit and attract more agents as well. So 50-50 split in this scenario, the $2,000 gets split into $1,000 that goes into the revenue share pool, and $1,000 that goes to eXp as retained company dollar. Then from that scenario, what happens is eXp is going to take 17.5% of that revenue share pool and share it back to Susan's direct sponsor, John. So in this scenario, John would have received $175 as the revenue share from this specific transaction. So you guys might be wondering here, well, what does the rest of the revenue share pool go, right? What happens to that? Well, what happens is if you look here, the rest of the revenue share pool income is actually shared back to John's sponsor and their sponsor and so on and so forth, all the way up for 7 tiers. So what does that mean for agents coming in and taking advantage of the revenue share model? So what that means is in our previous example, if John goes out there and he sponsors Susan, well, Susan's going to have the exact same opportunity to go out and sponsor other agents to join eXp as well. So when she does that, what happens is that agent is going to fall on her tier 1 of compensation. And for John, what that means is that agent's going to fall on his tier 2 of compensation, 1 tier removed from the agent that actually sponsored them. So what that means is this will go down all the way for 7 tiers. So if somebody on your tier 2 sponsors an agent, that agent will go on your tier 3. If somebody on your tier 3 sponsors an agent, that agent will go on your tier 4. And whenever those agents close a transaction, all of their sponsors in their upline will actually receive revenue share whenever they actually close a transaction. And again, if you look at the percentages here, the revenue share pool percentage that is being shared out from the existing 50% of company dollar fluctuates slightly based on the tier the agent is actually on when they close a transaction. As you can see right there, right on the right in the right-hand side of the revenue share percentages, you can see the predicted amount of agents revenue share that you will earn depending on if that $10,000 gross commission was closed by an agent on your tier 1, your tier 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7. So the very right-hand side, you can see this is the capping agent minimum payout every year for an agent that would actually cap at the company. So we calculate this based on the minimum amount that you're going to receive based on every agent who actually caps at the company who is in your revenue share organization. So if you sponsor an agent and they actually hit their $16,000 cap, this is the minimum amount, again, not maximum, the minimum, bare minimum amount that you're going to earn from a specific agent in each one of the corresponding tiers as well. And as you can see here, we actually have bonuses that are baked in to the revenue share payout plan, which again, this is not something that we can predict right now. We don't like to give out hypothetical numbers that we can't back with actual data and evidence. So if you guys want to learn a little bit more about how these bonuses actually work, make sure to reach out directly to us, and we'll be more than happy to take you through a much more deeper, in-depth breakdown of what that means for the agents. But I do want to take some time right now and actually go over the major enhancements of the revenue share model, especially through the eXp Revenue Share 2.0. So these are the three major enhancements that have been launched through the eXp 2.0 program. So the first one here, and this really is a big one that a lot of people have not truly understood when they've seen this, why it's so powerful, and this is the Pay Now Revenue Share program. So basically what happens is, before this change was put in place, eXp agents who are participating in revenue share and bringing over producing agents to the revenue share organizations were getting paid their revenue shares basically as an accumulation of all of the production and sales that the agents have been doing in the revenue share group from the previous month, and they get paid on the 22nd of the following month. So basically it's an accumulation, and you get paid your revenue share once a month on a specific date from all the production of the agents in your revenue share group that has been done in the previous month. Well, now you actually have the option at eXp to get paid your revenue share immediately, just like that, at any point without actually having to wait for a specific date. So this is something that you can go actually into your revenue share dashboard where you're tracking all of your agents and their production and how much revenue share you're making. And you can actually cash out on your revenue share at any point with the currently accumulated amount of revenue share that you're earning from the agents in your tiers 1 through 7 and their production. So again, this actually means that you would pretty much be in the position that any broker owner would be in, because as somebody who actually owns a brokerage, when can they actually access the money that they're earning from the agents and their production, right? Anytime they want to. So here at eXp, you actually get to put on your broker owner hat without all of the, again, liabilities, risks, supervision responsibilities, and really get to own your own revenue share business and have control over when you are getting paid. So for a lot of agents, this can mean they can cash out on the revenue share and invest in real estate as a down payment, invest in stocks, pay off credit cards, pay off expenses, actually take out the money and enjoy it on a vacation. So this is a huge change for agents, because now you can actually access your money immediately instead of having to wait for it to accumulate until a certain day of the month. So that is the first major enhancement of Revenue Share 2.0. The second major enhancement here is, you might have seen in 2 previous slides, is our first year revenue share bonus. So you can actually get paid more revenue share from the production of agents that you personally sponsor. So these are your first tier agents in their first 12 months, so their first year as an eXp agent. So what this means is, you as an agent who goes out there and actually sponsors somebody, that agent will go on your tier 1. So that is a personally sponsored agent for you. Well, in their first year at eXp, instead of earning the 17.5% of the revenue share pool, you're actually going to be able to earn 50% of the revenue share pool from their production. So basically what this means is, if you sponsored a capping agent in their first year, you can actually earn $4,000. That would be the minimum amount of revenue share that you would earn, versus the traditional minimum amount for first tier agents, which is $1,400 per year. So basically you get paid more revenue share for the agents you personally sponsored for their production within their first 12 months at eXp. So what this means is, again, using our previous example, right? If John sponsors Susan, she would be a first tier agent for him. Again, with new enhancement, instead of only earning $175 like we talked about before, if Susan closed that deal in her first year, right, $10,000 gross commission at eXp, then John would have actually earned a $500 revenue share. And you can see here on the breakdown, again, 20%, $1,000 goes into the revenue share pool, which is half of that 20%. And you are earning 50% of the revenue share pool that is being generated from the actual production of the agents as well. So again, this is really put in place to ensure that agents who are actually at eXp going out there sponsoring agents are providing agents that they've sponsored with the right tools, the right resources, and the right support to help them sell more real estate, generate more leads, and actually close more deals and do this faster. So as you can see, we're heavily incentivized to do this. And at the end of this video here, we're going to talk a little bit about how you can actually take advantage of all the tools that we provide above and beyond and help our agents succeed in both sales and growing their team as well within our organization. So the third one here And really, this is the biggest enhancement, in my opinion, when it comes to the revenue share model, because it allows agents to access more of their revenue share income stream much, much faster than it did before. So what this is an FLQA reduction. If you guys don't know what an FLQA is, basically what this means is, you can see on the box here defining the term, FLQA stands for frontline qualifying agents. And we're going to break this term down in 2 steps here. So first, let me explain to you guys what a frontline agent is. A frontline agent is an agent that you personally sponsored eXp. So again, this is a tier 1 agent that you've personally brought over. Well, what does the qualifying mean as far as the frontline qualifying agent part of this equation, right? Well, the qualifying part is the frontline agents that you've personally sponsored, if they close $5,000 in gross commission income in a previous 6-month window, or have closed at least 2 transactions, so it's either or, it's not both, then they will be counted as a frontline qualifying agent. So you guys, this is basically what that means as far as what an FLQA is somebody who you've personally sponsored that have closed at least $5,000 in gross commission income or 2 transactions in a previous 6-month window. So you guys, if you're thinking about this a little bit now, you can see that if you guys are actually going out there and sponsoring agents at eXp, then this number can actually change month to month, right? Because this is calculating from their previous 6 months production. So it is a lifetime updated number, right? Let's just say you sponsor 10 agents and only 5 of them close their first transaction in their first month here at eXp, then those 5 would be 5 FLQAs for you for the next 6 months, right? So that's basically how that works. And as more agents start closing more transactions, that number changes and fluctuates from month to month. So basically what this means is the importance of an FLQA is the amount of FLQAs that you have. So the amount of personally sponsored agents who are hitting this qualifier that you have actually matters, because what that means is the amount of qualifying agents that you have in your front line actually determines how much revenue share that you're going to be able to earn on the agent's production in your tiers 2 through 7. So basically what that means is you are able to earn more revenue share if you have a certain amount of FLQAs for agents on your tiers 2 through 7. So in the past, we had FLQA requirements, which are basically increments of 5, right? So you can see here on this graphic on the left-hand side, these are the current or now previous FLQA requirements, which basically states that if you have 5 FLQAs, you earn a higher percentage of being able to earn revenue share for the agent's productions in your tier 2. If you have 10, then you earn the full higher percentage of agents producing in your tier 3. 15 for tier 4, 20 for tier 5, 25 for tier 6, and 30 for tier 7. Well, with Revenue Share 2.0 model, what happens is we have launched new FLQA requirements that are drastically reduced. So as you can see here on the right-hand side, these are the new and current FLQA requirements for the eXp Revenue Share model. So what that means is you can see right off the bat, for your first 3 tiers, you have them automatically unlocked. So you are earning the full revenue share percentage automatically for agents in your tiers 1 through 3 without needing to have any frontline qualifying agents. And I know, Charlie, that was a huge, huge bonus for you. You can definitely talk a little bit about this at the end of the video as well. And for a lot of agents, they actually were able to receive what's called a bonus, or really just see a huge jump in their revenue share overnight when this was launched as well. As you can see here, for tier 4, for tier 5, and tier 6, these requirements have been drastically reduced as well. So previously, if you had 5 FLQAs, you only unlocked your tier 2 of compensation, right? Your full compensation. You were still getting paid. It was just a much lesser percentage than if you had it unlocked, right? So now, if you had 5 FLQAs, not only would you have your first 3 tiers unlocked, you also have your tier 4 unlocked as well. So again, these these requirements have been drastically reduced. And I do want to give everybody an example of just what this might look like for somebody who was at eXp who maybe didn't have enough FLQAs to open up their tiers 2 through 3. Well, now that they do. So right here, you can see, let's just say you have an agent on your tier 2, right? So you sponsored an agent and they went out there and they sponsored another agent, right? So that will be a tier 2 agent and they closed a $10,000 gross commission income sale, right? What happens if you have 3 FLQAs, right? So 3 FLQAs that did not qualify you previously for any tiers aside from your tier 1. So previously, what that means is out of that $1,000 revenue share pool, right? Remember $10,000 GCI, that amounts to a $1,000 revenue share pool. You would get a 1% expansion share. So if that agent on your tier 2 closes that transaction, you're getting 1% of the $1,000 revenue share pool, which amounts to $10 of revenue share, right? Again, just a little bonus here and there. It's not game-changing or life-changing money, right? I'm sure you would rather take it than not take it, but again, it's not that much, right? $10 maybe gets you a hot dog at a baseball game, right? Because we all know those.
You can even get Netflix now for that.
You can get, yeah. So it doesn't make that much of a dent, if you will. So now with the new FLQA requirements, what happens is if you only have 3 FLQAs, you automatically have your tier 2 open. So you have access to the full 20% exponential share. So instead of only receiving 1% of that $1,000 revenue share pool, you're now receiving 20% of that $1,000 revenue share pool, which is now $200 in revenue share. So you can see basically overnight without having to do anything different, literally not having to change anything in your business, you now got a 20x increase in your revenue share because of these requirement reductions. So this is truly a powerful change and allows agents to access more of the revenue share, to not have to continuously recruit agents themselves over and over again, even into their 5th, 6th, 7th, 10th, or 20 year at eXp, just to have their tiers unlocked and really have a baked in retirement plan in order to achieve true financial freedom and independence. So again, this is the huge change here. And again, if you guys want more details about this and just to get a more in-depth deep dive into this, make sure to reach out to us. We're more than happy to talk about this and really give you your numbers here. But and Charlie, I think now would be a really good time for us to talk a lot about just the key points of the revenue share model in general and why it's such a benefit, even if people didn't understand fully the new changes to the eXp 2.0 model, why revenue share is such a big game-changing opportunity for agents everywhere now in the world.
Yeah, and before I go through this list, I just want to just point out, it's only been like a week and a half since we implemented 2.0. I'm already seeing the impacts. I don't know about you, but I'm seeing, 3 digits per closing versus 2. And it's already having a major impact for me financially, which is pretty incredible. And just to clarify, because we designed the first half of this video to be for people who've heard about revenue share, have some familiarity with it. We have additional videos on it, but even if you haven't unlocked now, it's just tiers 5, 6, and 7. You still get a portion of the revenue share. So that was always happening. You were always getting a portion regardless. But now you're basically just the floodgates have opened on tiers 1 through 4. So you can really earn a lot more, even without having directly sponsored a whole bunch of frontline agents. Or even if you have, they're not all qualifying every single time. You can still reap the benefits of revenue share much more easily than before. So huge changes, very beneficial changes that we're very excited about. And for those of you who are newer to revenue share, I just want to kind of give you a top level picture of what it's about. So here's 7 key points that we put together that we really want to emphasize. 1, it's optional. You don't have to attract agents. In fact, the vast minority of agents have ever sponsored another agent eXp. So this is just an additional benefit that allows you to build a retirement cash flow income stream with no money down while you're at eXp. It's what makes us so agent centric. Number 2 is it's paid out of company dollars. I think we hit that point. You got that point. It costs none of my sponsored agents anything to get our additional support and help them grow, help them close more transactions, and help them build their own revenue share teams. Number 3 is it's paid whether eXp profits or not. This is not profit share, okay? Profit share is where when the company or the profit center or the franchise or the broker profits, you get profit. Revenue share is, you saw that pool, right? It gets paid out. That entire pool will get paid out to the agents every single month, down to zero. So you will get paid if agents that you've sponsored or they've sponsored close houses. And number 4, you win when your team wins and only when they win. And I think this is so beautiful, right? Because you can go out there and pay bajillions of dollars for a mentor and go do all these other crazy things. But I like this because it's free to the agents, and you as the sponsor really only win and earn revenue share when the agents you sponsor succeed. So it really incentivizes helping each other win, which I think is so awesome. Number 5, it's like being a broker on autopilot. We're going to break this down in just a second. I think you'll love this example. Number 6, it can grow on its own, right? Because you sponsor agents, you teach them how to sponsor an agent, and they go sponsor agents, right? If you could sponsor 10, surely you could teach a couple of agents you sponsored how to sponsor 10. And then the opportunity is now. So, I mean, even though eXp is now 90,000 agents globally, there are still millions of agents at older franchise models where they're paying more money and they're taking less money home. They don't have as many benefits. They don't have immediate available broker support. They don't have as good tools. They don't have as many lead generation options. And you can provide those benefits to them right now for free by offering them an opportunity at eXp. So still a massive opportunity all across the space, including luxury, commercial. We even have a land and farm division now. We have, what's the other one, Kobe, that I'm blanking on?
Sports and entertainment division.
Oh, sports and entertainment. That's right. And then referrals too. So we really got all the bases covered now. So let's hop to the next slide. I want to show you a little bit more about the broker income on autopilot example. Since the beginning of time with real estate, there's been, and most companies, there's been a broker owner, right? And traditionally, they have to go out, spend a lot of money and a lot of time to find agents who will produce, because that's how the broker makes money, right? And so traditionally, they would go out there, do all this time, spend all this money, they would recruit the agents, and they would receive the benefit for that, right? By having a 60-40 split, and they take their 40 and be happy, right? And then they, optimally, so that they can get some of their time back, they really want team leaders to come in and to then start their own little production teams within eXp that will bring on more agents for them, right? And then they get a split, right? The team leaders get a split of the agents on their team, and then the broker gets a split of everything. So a franchise or independent broker had to recruit to get paid, spend money and time to do so. eXp brokers aren't like that. eXp brokers are paid salary out of that 50% of the commission that we pay in. So eXp as a company really doesn't do much to recruit. Instead, they allow the agents to do the attracting to grow the company and allow the agents to receive that benefit. So next slide. So what does that look like? That looks like you in the seat of the broker, right? Sponsoring agents to eXp, which you can call your team. We kind of use that term pretty regularly, though, there's no commission splits or costs to be a part of our teams, right? Our sponsorship organizations. But now you can sponsor agents. They can go out and sponsor agents. And anytime you do any of that and they're successful and they sell houses, you receive a portion of the benefit. So I just think this is awesome. A lot of people are like, oh my gosh, it's some crazy pyramid thing. And it's like, well, that's how brokers were, right? And this allows the benefit to go to you and to flow to you instead of to the broker. And this was really designed this way from the very beginning to give the agents the opportunity to build an income stream off of growing the company with the company to make it agent centric. eXp works for you, not the other way around here. So here's a couple stats for you that you might find interesting. Nearly $500 million has been paid out to eXp agents over the last 2 years. This is, that's absolutely insane. $240 million in revenue shared stock awards in 2022 and $230 million in 23. So it just goes to show that this really is a beneficial model that's getting paid out to agents. All right, so we ran through the revenue share 2.0 model. We reviewed a little bit about the key points of revenue share in general. If you want to learn more about revenue share, or you want to run your numbers on a calculator that we specifically built to do this, if you want to understand the benefits for you, your team, your brokerage, including additional benefits for teams and brokers with revenue share initially, there's a couple of programs for that as well. Or you want to learn how to attract agents, schedule a call. I encourage you to schedule a call with us. It costs you nothing, and we will gladly talk to you and show you what this would mean for you and see if this is the right thing for you. We can provide a whole nother level of additional benefits by being your sponsors at eXp, as members of the Wolfpack, as members of Invested Agents, as members of the Lion League, as members of Infinite. We have quite the team that we've built up, the partnership and partners that have a lot of experience in this company. And we have multiple live calls and trainings every single week to help you do exactly this, or to help you sell more houses, to help you attract more leads, whether that's clients or agents. We got you covered. Anything to add?
Yeah, I think that covers it all, Charlie. I really appreciate you. But if you guys are interested in building a revenue share organization here at eXp, again, we provide with you guys with all of the tools, the resources, coaching, and training that has helped us get to where we are today, which again, for me, is building an organization of over 70 agents, and for Charlie, an organization of over 100 agents. So again, guys, make sure to reach out to us. The link is right in the description down below so that you can book a one-on-one Zoom call with one of us, and we'll help you develop a strategy that is tailored to you and your experience, and provide you with the exact templates and framework that has helped us get to where we are today as well. And make sure to check out other videos in this playlist to learn more about team building strategies, creating time and money freedom in real estate, as well as breaking down in depth the revenue share model as well. Charlie, thank you again for joining me here on this video, and thank you for tuning in. We'll see you in our next video or in a direct one-on-one call with us. Take care.